Hi everyone. Today we're doing our whirl on one of President Trump's tweets in response to a crisis. And I'm Lucy.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Christian.
Trump tweeted in response to the fires that were happening in California. He said, "There is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor. Billions of dollars are given each year with so many lives lost, all because of gross mismanagement of the forests. Remedy now or no more Fed payments." So the main concept of this PR case is that Trump came off offensive during the beginning stages of the fire when people thought he should have come off more sympathetic and endearing to the people who are being affected by these natural forest fires. And his vision was to explain to people that a lot of funding is going into these fires, but he could have done it in a different way. This is relevant to our community, not only because we were so strongly affected by the fires, but also because crises can occur at any time, and the President of the United States is the one that people tend to look to for advice and support. And so this affects everyone because we never know when a crisis can happen and how the President will react.
When talking about how this is PR because President Trump took it to social media to deliver his message that he believes poor forest management is the reason for the cause of these fires in Northern California and Southern California. Then later he took on an impromptu press engagement and answered a question defending his views that climate change is a hoax, which is a view of the Trump administration. And by answering the question, is climate change the reason for these forest fires? He said no. And then later discussed how they're using funding to help the forest fires. The publics involved are going to be the U.S. citizens, because this affects us in terms of funding, but also more specifically, it is affecting the people involved in the fires as well as the forest management, people who are being held accountable for these errors. Talking about the full story is back in early November, there was forest fires in both Northern and Southern California. Trump took it to Twitter to tweet out that it was poor forest management that's the cause of these fires, that they're threatening to withhold funding if there's not change. And then he took on this press engagement saying that it's not because of climate change and that they are funding forest management in order to prevent any of this happening again.
So we ultimately think that this PR whirl is a fail based on many reasons. One is that we think that the Trump administration did not do a good job to address the followers in different social media platforms, but specifically on the Twitter platform with President Trump and administration. We just think it's a fail for their campaign with PR since they didn't address a lot of the people who are upset about the fires and where to go and all sorts of different safety measures. And if we were part of the Trump administration PR team and working on their campaign for this fire, we really would want to address safety as a first most important aspect and component, to not start reaching out with hate comments or any fear for the citizens of the United States, as well as to make sure for this PR campaign that everything is set up effectively and making sure to be in close communication with different leaders in California for the fires, which is really important.